Welcome back to Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans, and on today's show, we're going to talk about a few things. Number one, the Ravens made some off-season moves when it comes to coaching. Some guys going in, some guys going out. Secondly, we want to talk about three realistic free agents that came across my radar that I think the Ravens can go after and should pursue. And now we're going to talk about the Justin Tucker situation. I've been kind of avoiding it, but more and more it has showed up and popped up, and I kind of wanted to see how you guys felt about how we should treat Justin Tucker and to give my 2 cents on it as well. So welcome back to Sip the Tally Films. I'm your host, Coach Evans. On two. Ready, go. All right, so welcome back in. I appreciate you guys for being here with us today. And so the Ravens have hired Tyler Santucci. I talked to someone that played under him and asked him what kind of dude he was, and I got nothing but positive things from that person. So as far as having a good guy in the building, it seems like we have a good guy in the building. As far as coaching, Tyler is a seasoned football coach who has made significant contributions to the collegiate football and is set to begin his NFL coaching career with the Baltimore Ravens. And let's talk about some of the things he's done in the past so we can get to know Tyler. Stony Brook University from 2010 to 2013. He began his career at his alma mater, serving in various roles, including a graduate assistant for linebackers and the defensive line. Later, he was defensive line coach as his own. He went from GA to the defensive line coach by himself at Stony Brook. Then he went to Wake Forest in 2014 and 2015. He continued his coaching journey at Wake, initially as a GA with the defensive line. Then he went to be a GA for the linebackers and eventually was the linebackers coach. So the same thing he did at Stony Brook, he did at Wake Forest. Went from an assistant to end up getting his own room. Then in 2016, he went to Texas State University in San Marcos. He was the linebackers coach at Texas State, and that's in San Marcos, Texas. After that, 2017, he went to Notre Dame. He worked as a defensive analyst for them. Moving on from Notre Dame in 2018, he went to Texas A&M University. And at Texas A&M, he had a bunch of different positions. He was a defensive analyst in 2018. He was a linebackers coach in 19 to 21 and a co-defensive coordinator in 2022. During his tenure, he played a pivotal role in top-ranked defense because Texas A&M was pretty good defensively at that time. Offensively, they were not. He had the number one pass defense in 2022 as the co-defensive coordinator at Texas A&M. Last year, Santucci served as the defensive coordinator and the linebackers coach at Duke, leading the team at a top-ranked defense in the ACC. And in 2024, he moved on to Georgia Tech, where he was the co-defensive coordinator and the linebackers coach before being hired here at the Baltimore Ravens. He's had a few guys transition from his coaching to the NFL. Some you may know, some you may not. Let's take a look at those guys. Buddy Johnson, who was a linebacker who was drafted by the Pittsburgh Steelers in the 4th round of the 2021 draft. Aaron Hansford, a linebacker who signed with the Washington football team, now the Commanders, as an undrafted free agent in 2022. And lastly, Shaka Hayward, a linebacker who signed with the Atlanta Falcons as an undrafted free agent in 2023. Those are the guys that he's coached that have transitioned to the NFL. Now, that is our new linebackers coach, Tyler Santucci. Talk about some other coaching situations. We extended Todd Monken. You guys know how I feel about Todd. I'm all in with this move. A third year of Todd Monken, which to me thinks the offense will be a lot better. Him, Lamar, and the other guys will be on the same page. A second year with Derrick Henry will open up and unlock more of the playbook. I'm going to get better execution on some things too. So I'm all in. It's official. Todd Monken is locked in for the next year. Also, we had a guy that went out, Chris Hewitt, who was the, the associate head coach as well in his other roles. But when he left, I said he would not have a job soon. And that came true. He was swooped up by the Colts almost immediately. Like the ink probably hadn't even dried on his resignation that the Colts came in and swooped him up, which it might have been in the works already. Who knows, but I don't really care about that. It's not my business. So as y'all know, we have a ton of free agents. I'll run down the list real quick. Darius Washington, Ronnie Stanley, Pat Ricard, Nelson Aguilar, Malik Harrison, Josh Johnson, Brent Urban, Ben Cleveland, Brandon Stevens, Marcus Williams, Pat McCarr, Trey White, Chris Board, Tylen Wallace, Josh Jones, Steven Sims, Dante Hardy, Christian Welch, Trayvon Mullen, Christian, Matthew, Owen Wright, Kadir, Ishmael. With that being said, there are some guys out there that I feel like we need to go get. 3 guys in particular at different positions. Now, with that losing that many guys, and I narrowed this down just to 3 guys, and this graphic was sent to me by Garnett West, so I appreciate you, Garnett, for sending that to me. I sent it a while ago, and I knew I was going to use it for this in particular exercise. So, with safety, 3 guys out there that are realistically, I feel like, are in our range. Darius Washington, he's a restricted free agent, so whatever somebody offers him, we have a chance to match that. He's only 26. Justin Reed, who actually has a game this week for the Chiefs, he's 28. He's probably going to be the most expensive of the 3. And then Jeremy Chin for the Commanders. They're an up-and-coming team. I think they got a little change over there too, so Jeremy Chin may be in for a raise. I think Ardarius is key to re-signing. The chemistry that he shared with Kyle Hamilton, the ability to make plays when he got the opportunity to do so, I think it's vital to helping that back end be what they were the second half of the season. So I think Darius Washington, and many of our people in our Ravens community have said it. Maybe even some Ravens, like official people, have said it as well. Darius Washington is a key piece to bring back for next year. And I think Justin Reed, his price tag is going to be a little bit too high. Jeremy Chin is, if he stays with the Commanders, is probably going to get a raise that, because they got a little change to spend. But for us, I think the best fit for us is Darius Washington. Now, moving on, I also think we should draft O-linemen, but also bring in a quality guy as well. So let's move over here to the O-line. You got left tackle, left guard, right guard. And the reason these 3 positions are up here because Ronnie's a free agent, and you see Ronnie's name up there. Then we don't really know what's going on at our guard positions because they were the weaker positions on our team. So, Ronnie Stanley took a bet on himself, got an incentive-laden contract, and balled the you-know-what out. I think Ronnie has possibly priced himself out of B-More. I think he's going to make a nice chunk of change, and I don't know if we can afford to pay it. I don't know how much money we can clear up with restructures and stuff like that. Again, I'm still learning the cap stuff, so I don't know if we're going to be able to clear up enough money to re-sign Ronnie and get pieces in other spots as well. We may clear up enough just to sign Ronnie and then just can't get anything else and then rely on all young personnel. Well, let's just say for the sake of this exercise, we don't re-sign Ronnie. And we're looking at an experienced left tackle to kind of come in and fill the gap, so to speak. Or even go over there and play right tackle and move Rosengarten to left tackle. I was trying to make sure I said his name right. I said it wrong half the darn season, probably 75% of the season. But you're looking at Cam Robinson from the Vikings, Joseph Noboom from the Rams, Tyron Smith from the Jets, who's old as dirt, Pat McCarry, whatever. DJ Humphries from the Chiefs, and Jedrick Willis. With the news about Miles asking for a trade, Jedrick may not re-sign there either. You never know. The Browns may have to go full rebuild and start just getting rid of guys and trying to do the thing from scratch. They may be in that mode. That quarterback contract may have restarted their franchise. But if we don't bring Ronnie back, I would definitely kick the tires on Willis, but I wouldn't shy away from Noteboom either. I like what Noteboom did in McVay's system. I think we're moving towards some outside zone stuff too, so he'll be familiar with that. So I like Noteboom if Ronnie leaves and not being one of the guys that's going to break the bank as well. Also, I feel like we need a guard. I would love to have Zach Martin, but Zach Martin's the same age as Tyron Smith. Both of those guys, they were in the Cowboys' heyday when Zeke was getting all them carries. He was running behind Zach Martin and Tyron Smith. But Zach Martin's 35. Can we take a 1-year fly on Zach Martin? I don't know. The second guy I would love in this group, bring Zyler back. Zyler's a free agent. Bring Zyler back. That's what I would try to do. Especially if he's going to hover right around $6 million again. He the same age as Zach Martin, 35. You got, if you want those two young guys to grow, put a vet in there that knows what he's doing is going to teach him. That could be Zach Martin. That could be Zeitler. I'm be cool with either one of those guys. Either one. So those are two. So Darius. My other one is Zach Martin or Kevin Zeitler. I know that's three, but I'm talking about either or there. Then my third free agent, when we look at cornerbacks, let me get that up there. You got Eric Stokes, you got Adoree Jackson, you got Tre'Davious White, and you got Caleb Farley. Now, thinking about this, Brandon Stevens is probably gone. So you're looking at Marlon, you're looking at Nate, Jalen Armour-Davis, IR, TJ Tampa, and some guys that I can't recall. I would kick the tires on Stokes. I would kick the tires on Griffin. Would not bring Trey White. I wouldn't mind kicking the tires on Fairley. But I wouldn't bring in a corner. I'd go get me a young corner. I'd save that third free agent spot to the edge, which I didn't talk about edge because I wanted to save it for last anyway. Josh Uche, Azeez Ojulari, and Joe Tryon-Shoyinka are the three guys on my list that I want to choose from. And if we can get Azeez to come in at $4 or $5 million, I would love that mix of athleticism, pass rush to go into what the schemes that we have, running under our defense. I think Azeez has a great blend of can cover a little bit and can rush the passer. Uche was good when he was beside Judon. When he had Judon on the other side of him, Uche was eating. And then Tryon-Shoyinka, I think he benefits from having Vita Vea in the middle, so he kind of does things. He's very athletic too, but give me Azeez if I got to pick. So the three free agents that I wouldn't mind us going after are re-signing our Darius Washington, Azeez Ojulari, and Kevin Zeitler and or Zach Martin. Justin Tucker, the Baltimore Ravens kicker, is currently facing serious allegations of inappropriate behavior from 6 massage therapists. These incidents reportedly occurred between 2012 and 2016 at various spas in the Baltimore area. The allegations include claims that Tucker exposed himself, engaged in inappropriate touching, and left bodily fluids on the massage tables. As a result, 2 spas in the area have reportedly banned him from their premises. Now, Tucker has firmly denied these allegations, put out a letter too, describing them as false and exaggerated. He maintains that he always conducted himself professionally. Now, if I'm not mistaken, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong in the chat box, the number of these allegations have moved up to 9. And so I posed the question to my community, what do you think we should do, or how should we handle, I mean the Ravens organization, I know we're not part of it, but we all feel like we're a family, handle the Justin Tucker situation? And let's see what you guys had to say, then I'll give my 2 cents at the end of it. So first up, Sincere Giggles said, let it play out, get all the facts, and then make a decision. Yes, for us normal people, yes, I agree. But the thing is, do you allow him to still go out there and represent your company with these allegations? Or does he go to the exempt list? Well, he still get paid till they figure out what they're going to do with him, but he just can't be around. It's like, what's the proper move here? Because if you let him go out there and play, then it's like his actions don't really have consequences yet. But if you kick him straight off, what if he is innocent? So that's why I'm kind of asking, trying to see where do we go from here. The next one says it's all hearsay until it isn't. And it is. That's why allegedly an allegation is the main word in this. Because, since he's been accused of stuff, if I'm not mistaken, again, correct me if I'm wrong, they have to prove that he did those things. I think the burden of proof is on them to say, hey, he did X, Y, Z. Here's the proof. I could be wrong, but again, I'm a sports guy, and in that case, if I'm wrong, let me know in the comment section. All right, Haitian Chris says, give him a shot at being cleared in an investigation, but beyond that, we can't carry this baggage into next season. I agree 100%. But the thing is, in court cases and stuff like that, nothing's gonna be clear by the time we get to the season. It's February 3rd now. This stuff ain't gonna be cleared up by July when training camp and stuff get ready to start. George said March, April, May, June, July. That's in 5 months. Yeah, this is not gonna be cleared up in January. I mean in July. So that's why I said the exempt list. Do you put them on the exempt list or do you just act like you walk around on eggshells with them, or what's the move? What's the official move? 'Cause I think the exempt list is where they go with it until they figure some stuff out. Just cause 2 Fun 122 says, I think he should at least be allowed his due process. I understand the allegations are very serious, and if true, the Ravens should release him, but conduct a proper investigation and give him his due process. I'm not saying this is Matt Ariza, but again, he should have his day in court. Agreed. And I'm not saying, hey, kick him off right now, because again, they're allegations. But my thing is, because Justin's a huge figure in the Ravens organization. He does a lot of PR for him, a lot of things for him. You know, with him doing opera, he was very marketable and stuff like that. Like, and for the people that are in the area, like the commercials that Tucker was in, have y'all been seeing them lately? Have they pulled those? For the people that live in the area, like that, because I know he was on a bunch of local commercials, especially because when I come to town for games or preseason, whatever, I see him on a boatload of commercials. So have they pulled those commercials off the air for people in the area? That damn Dub says his time is up. Not only a drop in performance, but now a PR nightmare to boot. It's been real tough, and it's all love. But we'll see you later, though, bro. He threw the peace sign. I think that's where a lot of people are. A lot of people are like saying because of these allegations and his lack of production last year, this is the perfect opportunity to just give him the boot. A lot of people feel like this is the perfect storm to just, hey, cut him, cut ties with him, get him out of here, bring in a new kicker. Because of, his performance during the season, even though I feel like he kind of righted himself kicking wise toward the end of the year. But maybe I don't know if this was a reason why he was having them problems. Maybe this was. Because in his letter, he talked about, like, he had to force them to give him information so he can respond or see what they was talking about or whatever. So who knows how long this had been going on or how long he knew about it, how long he knew it was coming up, or how long he knew they had been investigating it. Who knows? I don't. We all speculating here. Ed said exactly what should have been done before the allegations. We get him getting cut. Let me start this over, Ed. Ed says exactly what should have been done before the allegations. Him getting cut. We have an allegiance to losers, and that's why the floor of this roster sucks. Ed just want him gone, period. Julian says move on for him for sure. Can't have him as a distraction. Cyborg said, I think it might be time for Tuck to move on, coach. Cliff Star says, I don't believe the allegations against Tucker. Oh, that's different. That's the first time that's the first time, even on Twitter, I've seen somebody like just completely stand behind Tucker. And Cliff, I'm not crapping on your belief, but I'm just saying that's the first time I've seen somebody just completely stand behind him 10 toes down. And then the last one on here is from, I think it's Jen Maury. Move on from him. We can't have a guy who's accused of heinous crimes in our organization. And I agree 100%. The catch thing is, for regular people, and I know Justin's a regular person. He put his pants on just like the rest of us. We have the opportunity to have due process, but we're not public figures. He's a public figure. Should he continue to be allowed to work, or should he just like be thrown out right now, regardless if it's true or not? That's what I want to know from you guys in the comment section. So that's kind of what I have for you today, guys. Those are the 3 things I want to talk about. We ran through that. We talked about the Ravens coaching personnel decisions they made this week, 3 realistic free agents, and then we ended with this mess of what Justin Tucker is going through and what he's putting the Ravens organization into as well. Well, not just him, what he did to those young ladies. Can't forget about them. So I definitely don't want to leave them out because if this is true, they're the real victims in this case. So I definitely don't want to leave those out. So that's what I got for y'all today, man. Put your thoughts and your comments in the comment section. I really want to see what you guys think about all these topics. And if you like what you saw, hit the like button. If you have not subscribed, go ahead and do that. Hit that bell so you can be notified when the rest of these videos come out throughout the 2025 off season. Draft stuff is coming up, so make sure you stay locked in for your draft content. And I'll see y'all in the next one, man. Peace and love.